Welcome to Behind the Wheel. In this episode, we put past challenge chairman Gavin Ross, returning up-and-comer Bryce Pillay, and veteran Wayne Masters behind the wheel of our simulator. We see what happened at the Sponsors Day held at Swartkops. Our featured sponsor is ATS, who hosted the drivers after Kyalami for their Noggin and a braai. But here are the results from Kyalami. Round 2 of the ATE VW Challenge 2025 season came to you from the home of SA Motorsport Kyalami. Race 1 saw Wayne Masters beat youngster Jaden Goosen to the top step in Class A, with Ian Walker coming in third. The Class B saw Devil Taron come in third, Francis Eldrich in second, with Stuart Mack dominant in first place. While in Class C, Michael Zaffirio made a return to the podium on his return to Kyalami after the massive accident last year. Adrian De Beer took second in Race 1, with returning ATE VW Challenge youngster Bryce Pillay claiming the honours in Class C. Race 2 from Kyalami saw Stuart Koenig charge into third place in Class C. Michael Zaffirio really coming to grips with a new car and taking second place in Race 2, and Bryce Pillay making his title intentions clear for the 2025 season with back-to-back wins in Class C. Group B's podium had a touch of pink as Nicole Lombard in her PSA Africa car taking third, with Francis Eldrich putting in some personal best laps to take second place with Stuart Mack in first. And in Class A, it was a copy and paste from the podium of Race 1. Ian Walker third, Jaden Goosen second, and Wayne Masters ending a successful final ATE VW Challenge weekend for this season in first place. The overall championship with 2 rounds completed sees the top 3 drivers separated by just 4 points. So now we know what happened at Kyalami over the weekend. It is a pleasure to welcome to the Behind the Wheel studio Class A winner Wayne Masters and Class C winner Bryce Pillay. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me the story. You were in ATE VW Challenge, Bryce. Then you did a little Polo Cup sojourn and now you're back.
Yes. So I actually started in Super Hatch, and then my second season was in Class B VW Challenge. I did probably half the season and then half the season for 2 years, and then I went on to National. And then I think I learned a lot in National, and I'm back in Challenge. It's mainly a money thing, I think, but the racing is just as good as National in Challenge, and I want to win Challenge. That's what I want to do.
Well, talking about learning, master by name, master by nature, Kyalami, a successful race, obviously went as planned.
Yes, I had lots of practice at Kyalami over the years, because we only get to race there once a year. So if you take 30 plus years of racing, kind of put it together, it helps. Also do a bit of sim racing. So I only started when I was 28 in 93. Also had to learn from nothing. Didn't know anything about racing, but just knew I wanted to race. But I had a mechanical engineering background. Budget's always a problem, especially when you're starting out. So I also started to learn to do everything myself. And I have even a little workshop that we prepare cars for other guys.
Yeah, Performance Masters. That's blossomed out of your involvement with Challenge. Tell me a little bit about Performance Masters.
So that started in 2001. And it was built really to support the main business, which is the body shop. We Elite Auto Body. That's the main core business. That's where we make the money. We waste it in performance. So I had an advantage over most of my competitors for 20 years, but we kept that quiet. We didn't tell us.
But also massive changes in the equipment you've been running. You were telling me off air just now that started in Golf 1s, now we're up to the Polos. In the 30 years, just give me a little quick rundown of all of the cars that you've had.
Started off in a Golf 1, 1800 side drafts. We were allowed to race a fuel injection 2-litre in those days. Which I raced in a Golf. I had the first Golf 3 in 95 that I brought to the Challenge. Then I left Challenge because I thought, well, I'm spending money there. Maybe I'm quite good. Let me go to touring cars, Bankford touring cars. I wasted a lot of money there for 2 years. And then we had started Polar Cup in the Challenge. From the Challenge, it evolved to Polar Cup with Andre van der Vat. So then I decided to go and race Polar Cup in 97. Was absolutely useless there. Then I came back from Polar Cup and I built a Polar Player in Challenge with Dallas Ross, Gavin's brother. We had the first Polar Players in 99. We were at the first race ever at Bekisa in 99 when they opened that circuit. And then I decided now I need to get away from Golf 1s and Polos and whatever. Let me build a Golf 4. So 2007, I built the first Golf 4 in the challenge. Nobody else has ever brought a Golf 4 to circuit racing. And that car was pretty quick. It ran for 5 years in the challenge at one Class A. Yeah, it's been a lot of cars, a lot of racing, a lot of money. Should be a wealthy man.
So, Bryce, now that you've seen the look at your future, you're probably not going to be a wealthy man, but you hopefully have as many cars.
Hopefully more cars. But I kind of like, I have my road car, which kind of taught me how to drive. It's up. So it's not fast, but you have to drive it fast all the time to just keep up with traffic. So I think that kind of helped me learn to drive. Also watching a lot of YouTube videos over my history and playing Gran Turismo.
But your dad's a massive petrol head.
I grew up in the VW club, owners club. So when I was like 4 or 5, he used to race his City Golf, mod his car from every, like, growing up, he had a Polo, a Golf 5, all in the modified car industry. Sort of like, not the racing industry, which is like a different skew of motoring heads, but more like people who do drags and like modify their cars. He always liked racing. So I grew up watching Formula One. I grew up in fast, loud cars. I loved watching the Subarus because they were like fast. I used to go in them. And then, yeah, I guess my passion grew that way. And then in 2018, I took part in the VW Driver Search and I won that. So I raced for them in 2019. And then with Graham, who helped me in VW Motorsport, set up the car, I've been learning how to drive through him. And yeah, learning from other people. I'm always open to learning.
The Behind the Wheel team went to official practice ahead of round 2 at Kyalami. And we caught up with some of the drivers, some of them going for their first drive of the season.
Ons as familie het al Shalom Racing al redelik van jongs af begin. Ons het Formule M gery. Ek praat van toe ek 8 jaar oud was. En soos geluk het getref het, toe was daar so 3 karre beskikbaar en toe sê ons, hoe is 'n nuwe challenge? En ja, hier vind ons onsself weer united. Ons is 1 minder, maar dit sal 10 in volgende races hier wees.
Ek is jonger boetie. Ek voel 'n races is 'n races, maak saak wat die ouderdom is nie. So wie dit vat dit.
Still haven't figured out exactly how to drive it, but it's been a fun practice so far. We'll see how the first race goes. Kyalami, interesting track. Very long, very technical, very fast. Bit stressed, but we'll see how we go.
Gewoonlik die aand voor die tyd, dan begin dit alles reël raak. Wanneer jy eers alles in die karre pak, trailers laai en alles, dan begin die nerves inskop.
I know from practice you had an whoopsie. What happened?
I went a bit hot into the corner, lost the rear end, caught the first slide, tank slapper into the other slide going into the other way. Unfortunately causing a bit of a bumper bash, but the cars are fixed, they're here.
And am I right in saying you drove into another Shalom car?
Listen, racing is racing, and there's no close racing than with your teammates, so just how it goes.
My grandpa, Harry Lombard, raced a VW Beetle his whole life, and then my dad started racing as well, and then kind of convinced him to let me get in the car eventually. It's in the family, I suppose.
And I take it, Mom's very nervous every weekend then.
Yeah, mom doesn't love it as much as me, but she's very supportive, so it's awesome.
You've got a son racing in Polo Cup. How do you concentrate on your racing while supporting? Is it a bit of a split thing? How does the weekend work?
So I don't. I look after him and then I kind of pick up the dregs. Luckily, normally Polo Cup being a national series, he doesn't race the same time as us. It's just Kyalami's pretty unique and we race together. So I do give him my full attention. So I'm not giving myself all the attention that I actually require this weekend. So VW Challenge is a fantastic series for a beginner series and also a step-up series. Like my son started in VW Challenge. He won the Class B championship. He stepped up to Polo Cup. He was vice champion last year. Leighton Faries, they did karts together, went through VW Challenge, Van der Lindes. So it really is a series where if you're serious about motorsport, you can go. But it's also a series where, like myself, we are for fun. And what's nice about the series is it's got a thick rule book, but it tries to level the playing field for everybody.
This is much more affordable. If you're looking at nationals, This is probably 1/10 of the price or 1/4 of the price of what you're going to race nationals. So we just want to keep it going, racing this championship. There's close racing. Class C used to be quite a small class, but I think now it's bigger than the other two classes at the moment. And yeah, it's good fun.
Welcome back to Behind the Wheel, sponsored by ATE and their associated sponsors. We're chatting to Wayne Masters, Kyalami's Class A champion, and Class C champion, Bryce Pillay. Tell me, chatting to other drivers like Wayne, are the guys quite open to have a chat, give some advice?
So I think at first, yeah, but then when it starts getting competitive, no. I think racing is everyone wants to win. So even if they're giving you 80%, it's still, I always take it as something to learn, whether Wayne giving me 80% of his 100% or I take it as 100% and I'll listen. I think that's what made me maybe get to the level in my driving, I believe, that I have, is because I think I could learn. I had to learn quickly, and also with like limited funds, you don't have the time to go to the track and do 1,000 laps in a cart or do 1,000 laps in a car. So you have to kind of like mentally prepare yourself before you go there.
Wayne, you'll be able to confirm or deny this. Is driving a lot that happens in the 3 inches between your ears?
Your mental state of mind can affect your driving, because you're quick in the practice and you think, I've got him. And then comes to qualifying, suddenly he's half a second quicker than you. And then now your brain starts playing games, and what are you doing wrong then?
Okay, so when you are a racer, but you're also a father of another racer, so your son did some guest racing. Tell me, like, in his development with the technology that's available now, how's that helped you?
Yeah, it's massive. Especially when you went to main circuit, we had all this data, which we never really had so much in the challenge before, besides it being expensive. And we all followed, most of the guys started to follow on because it became cheaper and we could extract the data from what you did on the track, and you could look at your speed trace, your entry, your mid-corner, your exit speed, your brake trace, your throttle application. All these things started to realize how it affected your lap times. And so it's improved my racing. And if I had to look at me racing 20 years ago on a video and compare it to my driving now, it's night and day. And besides my son being quite a good racer, he would analyze my driving, give me some tips.
But that's a wonderful thing about ATE VW Challenge, that kind of family bond that you can have where you can learn from your own son. Like, I'm sure your dad being a petrol head, you must have taught him a thing or two over the years.
With my dad, he also does some like club racing with Scholar. So I try coach him now, but he's not, when he's watching me, he's very like, what are you doing? You know, what's going on? Yeah, not critical, but like he pushes me on. And I like what Wayne said when he said that, like, 20 years ago, his driving was like embarrassing. That's how I feel looking at a video like from last year. And I'm like, but why did I do this? I don't even post it. I want to post it, but I'm like, this is not good enough to post in my mind.
Behind the Wheel, episode 2, and we're sitting down with a legend of the ATE VW Challenge. He's been a chairman of the club. He has driven in the challenge himself. He's a parent of someone who drives in the club, and he's a sponsor. Kevin Ross, welcome to Behind the Wheel.
Thanks very much.
VW Challenge going since 1989. When did you start?
I started in 93. That got me involved in challenge in the sense I stopped racing Sports 2000s, which I used to call a pig. And that's where I got involved, and Mark and I became friends, and then I met Steve Early, Steve Rogers. Wade started more or less the same time as me, 93. And we created a friendship. We all worked on each other's cars. We all helped. My knowledge of brakes, other people's knowledge of engines. Lux and Nico van Reesburg, Andre helped. All the engine builders, Peter de Weert. And we all got involved and built cars and got the Golf ones quicker, handle better.
Well, and it seems like that part of VW Challenge has stuck around, that camaraderie, that helping out. It still seems like a very tight community of racers.
Oh, definitely. You don't go to a racetrack. and you have a problem and you go and ask somebody for help, you're going to get the help. Somebody will find a part, or one of the technicians or mechanics will come help you, whatever the case is, but we'll make sure there's a car back on the track, you know.
Okay, so 93, you get involved racing in Challenge. But then you decided for your sins you were going to get involved in the management of the whole club as well. You were chairman. Tell me some of those stories.
So I was chairman, I stand in the correction, probably on and off for about 12, 15 years. I never counted, but still my involvement to this day is to build the club up. And we have our ups and downs. I'll be very honest with you. Now, when the times get hard, the guys, you don't see them at the racetrack. We've got, as it is now, we've got guys that come race, so I'd race, they can afford to get some money together. And that's how it is. Nothing changes. And so we diminished down to about 12 members, but we built it up in no time. I reckon within about 2 years, we had it back. We were 60 strong one time.
As a sponsor now, is it more of a love thing or is it a financial thing?
I think since we started a sponsorship, it's become financially stable, and it helps promote the club. It helps help the driver that can't afford to do certain things, to do things like go away races or part entry or things like that.
Okay, so now tell me some of your accolades from your racing days.
Well, I have managed to win my class numerous times, different class A, B, and C. I've won overall championship, and that I've only done once. But I've done it more for the passion. I always joke, the guys, "Oh, you're racing this weekend?" No, I'm participating. I want to be there. I want to be with the guys. When we finish, we shake hands, we have a beer, whatever the case is, and we have a lot of fellowship. And
yourself now for a gander, you ever get behind the wheel and never?
I am, believe it or not with Challenge at the moment. For my sins, I've decided to do 1 year in Pilot Cup, and at this stage, I'm enjoying it in Master Series. But my son's still very much involved in Challenge, so that's if I get a gap, I will race in Challenge still.
Fantastic, Kevin. It's been so great chatting to you, and I'm sure we'll have you on again for some more stories of back in the day. So from Gavin Ross, one of the sponsors of the ATE VW Challenge, we go to another sponsor. The last Noggin was at ATS, who put on a fantastic spread for the guys. Let's see what happened.
So Challenge has been on Dunlop semi-slick since 2002, and we've gone from strength to strength. And I think that is a very important part of a race series, is to have a tyre that is the same for everybody, that you can take that out of the equation. And then when your rules are stable, you'll get very good racing, and you get a lot of competitors competing. And obviously VW Challenge, with their strong management team and the rules being stable for so long, you always get #1 good racing and competitors that know where they stand all the time.
Majority of our business is the Dunlop tyres, but as you can see behind me, you can get anything you need for racing from us, from racewear, suits, boots, gloves, balaclavas, helmets, your underwear, chrome moly to build roll cages, your seats, your harnesses, fire extinguishers. Anything you need to build a race car, we can help you with. We can guide you depending on obviously your budget. We've got from entry-level kit all the way up to your top-of-the-range kit. Our sales staff is very experienced in all our products, so they'll be able to guide you in exactly what you need for which racing category you'll be racing in, and point you in the right direction to make sure you meet all the safety requirements and have everything you need to go racing.
Just to explain also, we do not do any non-accredited race suits. We have a local range which is accredited with MSA, so safety is paramount to us. We do not skimp on it. We do not use products which are not approved worldwide with the FIA or SFI. So just to make that quite clear.
We are very happy to be associated with the VW Challenge. It's been one of the brands or the series that we've been associated with for the longest period of time. We try and obviously every series we're involved with, we try and put back into the sport. So we've got a Dunlop sponsorship element as well as an ATS sponsorship element. So we also, as ATS, give back to all the series that we're involved in.
And not only do ATS provide world-class tyres and race equipment, they also put on a mean spread, a fantastic bra and noggin after the Kyalami round of the 2025 ATE VW Challenge Race Series.
People think motor racing is all about just the racing. I think it's about 50% of it. Everything else is being with your friends at the track, with your mate friends. And for us as a company to have them here, obviously, they see what we do. Some of them don't get to us easily, And that's an after-hours activity where we can just host them, show them our latest products, explain to them what we're busy with, what the next development is on safety equipment, all that. So that's the easiest way. And everybody comes to us. It's much easier than trying to go and see one person at a time. And it's an absolute privilege for us to do that.
Over and above that, we also offer discounts to all the drivers when they come in store and purchase items from us. So your safety gear, there's a set discount that they will receive on their safety kit that they purchase from us.
So speaking about sponsors, we had a fantastic sponsorship day. The ATE VW Challenge could not run without these very important people, and they had a chance to get flipped around the track with some of the drivers. Swartkops Raceway was the venue which gave the ATE VW Challenge a chance to showcase what the series is all about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the work that these guys are doing from developments all the way through, it is such an invaluable platform, and being a part of this is really such an honor for AutoZone. It's good to be a part of it. Like I said, we've got our clients here. We're exposing people to something they might not normally.
Yeah, we've got our staff here today. I think it's also important for our customers to meet our staff, and I think everybody's just having a fun day, no business today. I think it's important to get to know your customers also on another level, and I think all the adrenaline junkies are having a ball.
Yeah, I love fast cars.
Have you been in a car like this before?
No, it's my first time. Yeah, it's my first time.
Excited?
It's very exciting.
First time in a fast car?
Yes, it is.
Are you a little nervous?
A little bit, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit nervous, but excited.
Used to fast cars?
No.
A little bit nervous?
Very.
Yeah. But it was amazing. But the most scariest experience of my life. It was so scary. I've never.
Penelope, what was your favorite part?
The curves.
The curves?
The curves.
Were you scared?
No, I'm not. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I didn't know that they could go that fast. It doesn't look like it can go that fast. It's like a normal car you see on the side of the road, and it's crazy.
So good times?
Yeah, good time. Still shaking, but we went straight into a race and it was quite close, but no, it was amazing.
How fast are you really going now on the Sponsors Day?
Okay, I'm in a Class C car, so I do sort of high 18s. The fastest I've gone today was a 21.2.
So when the screaming stops or starts, how does it work? Do you go faster when the screaming starts?
You watch the passenger, and if they're really uncomfortable, you back off a bit. Otherwise, you go.
Welcome back to Behind the Wheel. We're sitting here with Class A Kyalami champion Wayne Masters and Class C champion Bryce Pillay. So Bryce, we definitely know you are going to be with Challenge for the rest of the 2025 season. Next up, we're going back to Swartkops. It's kind of the home, away from home. Do you enjoy the circuit?
I do enjoy the circuit. I've been around Swartkops a few times, but I think everyone has Swartkops dialed in, so you really have to come at your best.
So I tell you what, we'll give you a little bit of chance to have fun and a bit of practice, because now we're going to go into some hot laps in the ATE VW Challenge car. It is basically a Class B car that's been set up by Stuart. It's all in the livery, and it goes around Swartkops, so you can have a bonus practice round today. We'll see how you do. And we're off. Wayne already has advice for Gavin.
Flat. Oh, I crashed it again.
Promises, Gavin. Cue the excuses.
Wayne lives on this car, on these simulators. This is the second time in my life I've been on a simulator. Wayne.
Wayne, your response?
I drive from my arse.
Is that from or like?
This corner here, my Jetta flat out, you hit that wall over there.
Again?
Hopefully I don't do those at Swartkops.
We hope so too, Bryce. Tell us what you are really thinking, Wayne. And Gavin is still focused on the other guys.
Well, I'll let you do it, Bryce.
Come on, Gav, give us some words of wisdom.
Minimize the wheel spin.
Okay, Wayne crosses the line first. Then Bryce. And then the camera guys pack up. And eventually Gavin crosses the line. And after 2 rounds of hot laps, the leaderboard looks like this. Welcome back to Behind the Wheel, sponsored by ATE and their associated sponsors. One, generally, some simulators, you enjoy them, yes, no?
No, they're good fun.
Good fun.
Good tool.
So coming up, we've got Swartkops next, definitely for you, Bryce. You weren't at the first 2 races. First time out this season around Swartkops, but you have been around Swartkops before.
Yes, I have. I'm quite excited for Swartkops. Hopefully we can put it on pole this time and maybe get fastest lap in both races with a win. That's the goal.
That's all. So when Bryce was saying you only gave him 80%, so you're not racing against him now. What's the other 20%?
You're going to have to send him some YouTube videos.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us on Behind the Wheel.
No, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.